Hello everyone, Sabi from Mother SpongeBob. That was the day is November 15th, 2001, and today we're going to focus on the major polar vortex that's expected to impact a lot of the northern Midwest as well as the Northeast during the for the duration of the week. And we'll also talk about the potential for snowstorms throughout the northern Midwest as well as the Northeast, as there's certainly that possibility of some snowstorms moving through the northern United States as we begin to see the polar vortex move through. So we're going to talk more in depth, in detail with that. But before I begin, make sure to subscribe if you want to see more weather-related content. Make sure to like if you like this video, and make sure to turn on post notifications if you want to see even more weather-related content. So let's begin by taking a look at the Arctic Oscillation Index. And you might be wondering, why am I starting with the Arctic Oscillation Index in this video? Well, it's because if we were to take a look at the forecast for the Arctic Oscillation Index, you see that we're expected to dip into the negative Arctic Oscillation range. And what this means is that we're more likely to see much more cooler than average conditions throughout the eastern half of the United States, as well as more jet stream dips, more pronounced jet stream dips, and as a result, we're more likely to see snow throughout the eastern half of the United States when we see the Arctic Oscillation Index dip down into the negatives. Because what happens is, during a negative Arctic oscillation, the westerly winds are very weak, or the jet stream winds are very weak. And when the jet stream winds are weak right around the Atlantic Ocean, that means that the cold air that's centered right around Canada and the North Pole is more likely to divert further southward rather than move from westerly to easterly direction along with the jet stream, because the jet stream winds are so weak to the point where that cold air is able to meander further southward into the United States, which means that we're more likely to see much cooler than average conditions and much snowier than average conditions during a negative Arctic oscillation. And you see the forecast headed into next week, or this coming week, we're expecting to dip down into negative Arctic oscillations. So we should expect cooler than average conditions and potentially snowier than average conditions throughout the eastern half of the United States later during the week. So that's definitely something you guys want to keep in mind throughout the eastern half of the United States, that you're going to be more likely to experience much cooler than average conditions in the very near future. So make sure to prepare for that and make sure to get those coats out, because winter is certainly coming very fast for you guys, and it might come faster than you'd expect with a negative Arctic oscillation coming through. Now let's take a look at the current radar at this time, and you see that the trough that brought a decent amount of snow throughout the interior Northeast is now moving to the Northeast, and it's pretty much moving away from the northeastern United States at this point. But we're still seeing some lake effect snow as a result of a decently strong northwesterly flow that's moving over the Great Lakes at this time. So there's still snow showers here and there, but it isn't much, and I wouldn't expect much in the form of lake effect snow, because this trough isn't really strong enough to really create a very strong northwesterly flow to induce a very heavy lake effect snow threat. So there isn't much to worry about there, and we do see a trough moving through the United States-Canada border at this time. And as it moves further eastward, this will pretty much induce another jet stream dip to bring much cooler than average conditions throughout the United States and bring some snow, especially closer to the Great Lakes. And this jet stream dip could set up for potentially maybe a more significant snowstorm throughout the Northeast later next week, or later this week or into early next week. So we certainly need to pay close attention to that over the next coming days to really give you guys a good idea of what's going to happen over next week. Let's take a look at the GFS model. So taking a look at what's happening right now, we of course see that jet stream dip as a result of this trough moving through, bringing a decently strong northwesterly flow, which is bringing that cooler air that's centered towards Canada further southward, which is making the temperatures cooler than average throughout the Northeast. However, as we move forward 24 hours from now, the temperatures will rebound a little bit right around I'd say the late Tuesday to Wednesday time frame, where we should see this ridge move further eastward and bring more of a southwesterly flow throughout the eastern half of the United States to rebound those temperatures not only around average but above average. So you might experience a little bit of time of above average conditions before it quickly changes for you guys in the Northeast, because you see that as soon as Thursday, we're going to begin to see a trough move through, and this is the same trough I was talking to you guys about, centered towards the Pacific Northwest at this time, and it's going to move further eastward, and it's going to be mildly strong and strong enough to bring just enough of a strong northwesterly flow to bring that cold air further southward. And again, since the jet stream winds will be weaker than average as a result of a negative Arctic oscillation, we're less likely to see the jet stream sort of fight back this northwesterly flow to prevent this cold air from moving into the United States. So as a result, we're going to see more cold air move into the United States, and you see that we should see the cold air enter the Midwest as early as Wednesday, where we do see that northwesterly flow. And you see associated with this low pressure system, there's a lot of snow, but the snow is pretty much staying right above the United States-Canada border. So in this case, the United States will miss out on most of the snow, but there might be that possibility of some lake effect snow associated with this trough, but it's going to be too far up north to bring a strong or long duration enough wind northwesterly flow to induce a very powerful lake effect snow event. So we're not likely to experience any major lake effect snow from this trough, but it gets concerning headed into later into next week, because if we move on to Sunday, we see another big jet stream dip as a result of another trough moving through, and this jet stream dip could be significant. I'm going 7 days out with this, so there's still a lot that could change, but you see the GFS model wants to bring quite a significant jet stream dip, and not only that, we do see a low pressure system form as a result of this pretty major jet stream dip, and this is within the 7-day time frame where we do see a major jet stream dip, and we see a negative tilt with the jet stream. And what that typically means is that when we see a negative tilt in the jet stream where the warm air is sort of in training, just going even slightly northward of this cold air, that creates an extremely unstable environment for a low pressure system, a powerful low pressure system form, and potentially a nor'easter. So if we were to see a more significant negative tilt, then we could see an extremely powerful nor'easter by early next week, as you could see, where the GFS model is taking a major negative tilt with the warm air filtering in on the northern side, but the southwestern side is pretty much filled with cold air and a strong northwesterly flow. And the snow, and you see that we could see heavier snow in New England and a strong northwesterly flow, so a lot of wind would be expected from this nor'easter as well. But again, there's still a lot of uncertainty, but it gets a little bit more concerning when we take a look at the European model, because the European model is also taking some sort of nor'easter right around the exact same time frame. While the exact location of the nor'easter is definitely different between the GFS and the European model, you see that they're both taking a very powerful nor'easter right around the 7-day time frame by Monday to Tuesday, where we see this low pressure system drop to 966 millibars. So we definitely need to take this with a major grain of salt, because I'm forecasting this 7 days out. And also, the European model does seem to have a bias towards developing low pressure systems too rapidly just off the northeast coast. So we need to take this with a grain of salt, but it's definitely concerning when we see both the European and the GFS model wanting to take a pretty powerful nor'easter right around the exact same time frame as a result of a jet stream dip. So this is something we're going to need to watch in the very near future. This could certainly be potentially major if this were to come for fruition, but they're still 7 to 8 days out, so we still need to wait and see if the computer models continue to forecast this. But what I could say for certain is that over the next week and into late next week, we will see a significant jet stream dip throughout the northern United States, and that should bring the temperatures well below average, and we could see lake effect snow associated with these troughs moving through in the especially northern portions of the Northeast as well as the Midwest. But late next week, we need to pay attention to this potential nor'easter, as this could potentially be significant, but still a lot of days to go. What will determine if this nor'easter occurs or not is of course, how far this jet stream actually dips, because if it dips far south enough to where we'll see a negative tilt, then we'll see a powerful nor'easter that could bring heavy rain, strong winds, and potentially a major snowstorm. However, if we see something less, if we see less of a jet stream dip, then we're less likely to see a nor'easter, since there will be less unstable air to induce a lot of convection, heavy rain, and just a powerful nor'easter overall. So we're just gonna need to wait and see how the next couple of days turn out to see how significant this jet stream dip will be. But I'll make sure to keep you guys updated once we get more certainty with the forecast in the future. So that's certainly something we're gonna need to keep in mind in the future. Now, in terms of my cold and snowy pattern forecast, so I expect to be colder and snow likely, especially in the northern United States for this coming week, because we're going to see the trough move closer to you guys to bring that snow closer to the Canadian and United States border. And you guys are near the Great Lakes, so you're more likely to experience lake effect snow as a result of a strong northwesterly flow induced by a lot of these pronounced jet stream dips. But just south of that, I'm also expecting it to be colder, and snow is possible. Really all depends on this nor'easter, because this nor'easter could potentially be significant if this were to come for fruition, but we still need to wait and see, because there's still a lot of days to iron out the forecast. But yeah, guys, I guess that's it for this video. I thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more weather related content. Make sure to like if you like this video, and make sure to turn on post notifications if you want to see even more weather related content. And I hope you guys have a good day.